Hurts and the Eagles?
Rich, no one will come out and say it, but my understanding is Jalen Hurts is expected to be the starter for the Eagles through the balance of the season. And there was a lot to like in his debut last week. First of all, poised. This is exactly what they thought when they scouted and played college football at the highest level. The moment was not too big for him, and the players really took to that. He acted like he belonged. And then maybe most important, no sacks. He threw the ball away 4 times, 1 read. He simply took off with his feet, was as athletic as they thought, really kept the offense moving, Mooch, and they're expected to see a lot more of him going forward.
All right, welcome to Lowe's home studio, Irv. Yeah, what a game he had in his debut, huh?
Boy, what a game. What's some stories? We got this is a good one here, Kurt.
Let's go to Kurt over there. Kurt, will Jalen Hurts continue his success today against the Cards?
Well, fellas, I want to see more. Is that, he was tremendous last week, getting thrown in there and just being a playmaker. He made so many plays with his legs, which we know that he can do. But at some point, we're going to have to see more inside the pocket. So can he repeat that? I don't think he's going to repeat a 100-yard rushing day. But can he continue to make plays? Without a doubt. Every opportunity he's gotten, whether it was at Alabama or Oklahoma, now in the NFL, he has shown he's a playmaker. I want to see how complete he is as a quarterback. But I expect him to play well again today.
In this situation, what we've been talking about it for quite a while, it's about making plays, but it's also about leading men. And we've addressed it, and we glazed over it. But there's something going on. Miles Sanders said this, and guys, Miles Sanders said this after the game, talking about Jalen Hurts. He's so confident, and he's a natural leader, Miles Sanders said. We just needed that, and he gave us that spark to start from last week. That's not just lifting Jalen Hurts. That's saying something about what they had prior to Jalen Hurts. When he added, we just needed that. I know we'll get into deeper conversations about that later on. But one of the things I do believe that people are having to start thinking about, maybe they say, okay, does he run well enough so that we got to keep somebody around and spy on him? Or can we just drop back and say, let us see if he can pass on us? But we got to investigate all of this, Kurt. I'll come back to you later in the show.
He absolutely runs well enough to spy on him. Some teams are double spying some of these young quarterbacks. He had over 100 yards rushing and a touchdown pass. That's never happened before in anybody's debut. He was really sensational, and now he's playing against Kyler Murray, a guy that's similar in a dual threat. And so we'll have to wait and see. He's going to be excited. He's a good kid, and we wish him all the best, okay? And now let's go over to Hard Rock Stadium.
2020. Friday's the only day missing from that.
I'll be there.
But we love football.
That will change. Big game today in the Superdome. Take it away again, Steve Watch.
All right, Rich, we're back in 2017. The Saints were interested in drafting then Texas Tech quarterback Patrick Mahomes with the 11th overall pick. Well, the Chiefs moved from 27 up to number 10 to take Mahomes, and we know what happened from there. Well, this week, Saints head coach Sean Payton and Mahomes talked about that visit, with Mahomes saying, I had a really good workout for them, but I didn't get the idea that they were going to take me since Drew Brees was there, and they ended up with a good pick in Marshawn Lattimore. Well, that they did. When you look back to the Saints 2017 class, with Lattimore, with Ryan Ramczyk, the starting tackle, they've got Trey Hendrickson, the tackle, the pass rusher, and running back Alvin Kamara. They say that's the class that really set them forward. Oh, and also to note, Steve Mariucci, Mahomes said he was hoping to face Drew Brees, who again was out with those broken ribs. Looks like he's going to get his wish.
Yeah, Steve, he is going to get his wish. And so I ask you, Irvin, the creamsicle suit, how will the return of Drew Brees impact the Saints today against those Chiefs?
In every way, Coach. Because in order to beat the Chiefs, you have to be able to move the ball both directions, via pass or via run. Because the Chiefs are going to move it every series. So you can't get bogged down, lost in one thing. So Drew Brees now gives us two things when he gets back. He gives me the short passing game that I can use also like the running game. And then I get Taysom Hill to come in and give me the power running game that you're going to need against Chiefs. And you're going to need one last thing. You're going to need a guy that can play late. Drew Brees has 53 game-winning drives.
Play late.
Play late. Play late. Only Peyton Manning has 54. Only man has more.
This is going to be addition and subtraction to me in this game. Subtraction because they're not with 11 cracked ribs that are trying to heal. Yeah. You know, he's not going to run the zone read. He's not going to run quarterback power like Taysom Hill. What do they add? They add the entire passing playbook back at it. All of what they do now without Michael Thomas is going to be a little bit different. But
and
you
Coach,
got some other.
That's
a killer.
Right,
you know what? But Alvin Kamara's got to pull up big.
I wanted to see this game. I guarantee you, Drew wanted to go up against this young kid.
Yeah.
He wanted to go up against Patrick Mahomes.
It's going to be a doozy. Rich, take it back.
Thank you very much, Steve. The nominees for the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year, presented by Lake Nationwide, were revealed earlier last week. Considered the league's most prestigious honor, the award recognizes NFL players who have not only exhibited excellence on the field, but whose passion to impact lives extends beyond the game and has led them to have and leave a positive legacy in their communities. The winner of the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year, presented by Nationwide, will be officially announced at NFL Honors on Super Bowl Saturday night. Now let's send it over to our resident Walter Payton Man of the Year, 2008 winner, Kurt Warner. Kurt?
Thanks a lot, Rich. You know, 23 years ago, I became a homeowner for the first time. I'll never forget the first night in that house. No furniture, family huddled together in the family room, sleeping together. But it didn't matter. It was ours. It was a chance to build memories, a place for my kids to call home, and it was an accomplishment that would help define the rest of my life. Now, our family gets a chance to pay that forward and help other families experience that life-changing moment for the first time.
Oh, Rich, that's why you were confused.
Yeah, I was confused.
The trophy was
going
in
to
the
highlights,
room.
and instead we were. I must have skipped over this part of the rundown.
Look at that.
Well, it's because the producers egged me into choosing the Bengals against your Cowboys last week and let you choose the Jets first every week. It's all a bunch of malarkey, to use the phrase of 2020. But we have tape. I'm band-aided as host of this show to throw to.
Oh, my God. I love
family. They have gotten an AFC championship in Western New York again for the first time since 1995. The Chiefs are the 1 seed right now. Even if they lose in Kansas City, in New Orleans, and Pittsburgh wins on Monday, they still have a half-game better conference record at the moment than Pittsburgh. So they're going to be the 1 seed no matter what happens today. But obviously for Pittsburgh fans, they will be rooting for New Orleans, which comes into today's game as the 2 seed in the NFC. And that's how we start Sunday Storylines with Kurt Warner still looming from Green Bay. We'll get to you in a second. Steve, you're first here. What do you have?
Okay, well, Sunday Storylines. All right. You know what? There is a coaching chess match going on today in New Orleans, Irv, between Andy Reid and Sean Payton. These guys are in the history of the NFL. They're the #1 and #2 head coaches with their team, with one team, in scoring offense. Both of these guys are the only coaches that score over 27 points a game. And you know what? That's amazing in the history of football. And the other thing is they serve as their own offensive coordinator. Some of the other coaches have somebody do that for them. These guys are play callers, offensive coordinators for the most part, and boy, exciting offenses. They're going to play against each other today, and Drew Brees is coming back. It's going to be a heck of a game.
Yeah, Mooch, I'm excited about that one as well. But I'm going to go down memory lane a little bit and look at the Battle of the Birds. The Cardinals and the Eagles. State Farm Stadium takes me back to 2008 NFC Championship game. But when we look at this matchup, it's really about the two young quarterbacks. And dare I say, a hot Eagles team. No, I won't go that far. But obviously a team that got a huge win last week over the Saints. A big boost from their young quarterback who ran for over 100 yards. Can he do it again? While the Cardinals are sitting there in that 7th spot after that big win in New York, 3-0 against the NFC least. Irv, can they make it a clean sweep and stay in that?
Guys, I hear Coach when he says a coaching chess match. I'm going to play with this a little bit, but I want to talk about it because Jerry came on today and made me feel, like a proud son that I won luck. And my dad, my pops was right there. So it made me start thinking about Bill Belichick. And all of, let's just call them the kids that Bill Belichick has coaching all around this league. All of them, even though 2 of them got let go. We won't even call his name this year. 2 of them got let go. This coach here, Coach Flores, is probably his best kid right now. In his second year so far, we only got so much runway. We only got these 2 years, but second year, him and Belichick years, they're so much, they look so much alike. Bill Belichick won at 6'8", he's at 6'15". He had Bill Belichick points per game, 23. He's at 25 points allowed per game, 17. He's at 18. So is this the start of something by Brian Flores? And he gets to start it by sending Papa home. Because Papa lose the day to son, he goes home out of the playoffs. That's it. And he hadn't done that since 08. And he will have his first sub-500 season in 19 years. 19 years. That the Cowboys on with the most above 500 at 20 years. So I want Flores to get this anyway, so the Cowboys stay up. So his son sending Papa home today.
And to just tie it all together with what Kurt had to say about the Eagles and the Cardinals, if the Eagles beat the Cardinals, then the winner of the Bears-Vikings game would be the 7th seed with 2 weeks to go. So Bears-Vikings has a